All right, everyone, welcome back to the Mangaverse. Got another manga spotlight here for you today. We are looking at The Creepy Cat. We got volume 1 here, and then we've got the back here. Is ages 10 and up. It is from Seven Seas Entertainment, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at a little paragraph that we got back here. So we got My Life with Creepy Cat. Flora moves into a mysterious mansion and finds it inhabited by a strange creature, a creepy cat. Thus begins her bizarre and sometimes dangerous life with a feline roommate. This gothic comedy brings the chuckles and the chill. So, with that, quick overall kind of synopsis of this manga. I absolutely loved it. It is definitely something we don't see often enough, and that's the type of genre. Here they actually called it um, gothic comedy. I will call it a horror comedy because this cat can do some pretty strange things. You want to talk about some strange MacGuffins in this entire story. This cat can do anything and everything the story needs the cat to do, but to be in a comedic type of way. And I was enjoying every bit of this. So, yeah, if you're into, like, I think this would be a great manga for Halloween for October. I'm probably going to end up doing that for the rest of the volumes on this because it's just one of those that I get a. Windy style from like the Adams family. This feels like heavily inspired by the Adams family. Um, I can see that it definitely has that style, has that tone, and I enjoyed every bit of it. So with that, I'm gonna go into a little bit of spoilers. Won't be talking about this one too much because I actually want you guys to go out and experience this one. I definitely enjoyed it, and it's one that I don't want to spoil too much, but we will go into a little bit of spoilers. So, with that, if you don't want to get spoiled, feel free to watch this video at a later time. So, this also cost 14.99 US dollars. It is a little bit expensive. However, what you're getting is a great story, very funny, and also something that's again kind of unique to manga, especially with this one. All of it is colored, so you get these colored gorgeous panels. And one thing that this manga does very well is that it captures the illustration of movement. You can feel the cat moving in very unique ways, which I'll talk about here in a moment. But so as far as the story is concerned, we follow our gothic girl here. Her name is Flora, and she was able to inherit a mansion from a distant relative. And then just when she thinks she's by herself, she meets the creepy cat, this little cute guy right here. Go ahead and zoom it in. See if we can get this thing to focus. Come on, you can focus. I apologize, my camera does not want to cooperate. See if we there we go. There's the cat. So that is the creepy cat. And like I said, it does all sorts of different things. So basically the whole story is just her getting involved with this cat. And this cat is crazy and she's trying to live her day-to-day life. And this cat is the master of shape-shifting. It has here's a long list here. So we've got a cat that can have laser coming out of its eyes, can climb the walls, can fly through windows. It can be a spider cat, spider cat, spider cat. It can summon ghosts. It can hover in midair. It can clone itself. It can multiply itself. It can eat itself. It can summon an army of itself. It can summon multiple arms to be the octopus cat. It can supersize itself. It can float like a balloon. It can hide objects in its fur. It can be the long cat meme. And it can be the Sentai pod. And that's just a brief list of what this cat can do. It is just hilarious, all the different things that this cat does throughout this volume 1 here. And just to show you just the absurdity of this story, I'll just leave it at that. Look at this panel. That is a Sentai pod. As you can see, it's literally the cat cloning itself, coming out of its mouth, making this huge centipede creature thing. It is horrific, but also hilarious at the same time. I Yeah, I was laughing throughout this whole thing. And there is kind of a story in here where there's like a individual that tries to try to hook up with Flory, which again the cat doesn't necessarily like, so he does his own devilish deeds. Um, but yeah, it's just one of those great stories that you got an animal who's just completely chaotic in nature, does all sorts of different crazy things, has the horror element into it, and it just kind of reminds me of a little bit of Garfield, and in that particular story with that you got the relationship with his owner and so forth. I get the same kind of vibes with this, just more on the horror end. And yeah, it was a great just story to go through. So that's pretty much it. That is the manga in a nutshell. Again, I highly recommend picking this up. It is completely unique. It is just a horror comedy that I've never really experienced before, and it's very clever, very well drawn. And like I said, one thing I kind of want to show real quick is what I said earlier is this author, an illustrator, Valiant. Again, Valiant. Apologize if I'm speaking to that. Portrays the illustration of motion really, really well. Like you can see these little lines here. It may not mean much, but it's enough to indicate to the reader that hey, this box is moving. And then again, we've got our wonderful creepy cat. Being a cat who's able to conform his body. I'm convinced it's like Ditto or something. He's got basically no skeleton structure. And see it pops out. You can see the little motion marks and just the surprise of all these little shapes to indicate motion. And you can see the creepy cat's trying to get out of the box, but he's stuck. But you can see the little lines here mimicking motion. And that is the one thing that this manga does really well, the art of motion and trying to bring that to life in illustration form. So I really enjoyed reading through this particular manga, and like I said, it's not heavy on the dialogue. It really isn't that heavy. I mean, there's kind of a story in there, but the illustrations tell the story, and I think that is definitely a great element that some other mangas just really don't do too well of. They try to mimic it through dialogue and through speech. However, when it comes to this, the drawings and the illustrations, it's just done really well. So yeah, I highly highly recommend picking this up, especially during Halloween time. If you want a good like Adam's Family type of genre, I think this manga would definitely be for you. So, with that, so that's the conclusion to the Creepy Cat Volume 1. Highly recommend it, and I'm definitely going to grab, I think, the next few volumes because I want to see what this cat can do next, to be honest. I want to see just how far our author here is going to take this cat. So, with that, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you got any manga suggestions, feel free to leave a comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Feel free to look at my website for all the other content that I do. Feel free to support my work. Thank you guys for watching. Wing hugs to all, and I'll see you on the next one.